Okay, so what are we starting with here? That's a pretty reasonable start. You only have to have one other human to make it worth it, and then if you have more, it just becomes insane. Otherwise, we have a great white card, 2 good red cards. This card I think is pretty reasonable, but I don't really like drafting blue very much. I think I might just take the Vanguard just because it's so powerful if you get enough humans. And the ward makes it just so hard to kill because you often have to use a very expensive removal spell on it because it's just because it'll be so large. So I think we're gonna try and make this work, but we'll see what happens. Nothing in this pack is amazing, I don't think. Like there's no bomb removal spells in any of the colors. Sorry about that. Echo is just ripping up my door. So I think we'll take the statue here, just to leave ourselves open, and it's a pretty reasonable card. It can get up to a 5/5 pretty easily. So I think we'll take that. Let's see. So this is best in green-white, which we have several good cards in those colors, which is very useful. A green isn't fantastic. I think probably the best picks are already in white anyway, so I think that's good for us. Despite this not being a human, I think it's just a better card in the deck. Giving a creature double strikes very powerful, especially with all the training. You end up being able to play a lot of pump spells and counter synergies in this deck, so I think we'll take the Twin Blade Geist. Just the camera again. Echo might finally be settling down, hopefully. But we'll see. Wolf Strike's really good. Yeah, again, one of the best cards in the pack is in the colors we already want to be. I think this card can be okay in this archetype, but I don't think it's worth picking early. I think the Wolf Strike's just a lot better. We'll want to pick up some werewolves if we can in order to give us the option to make it night for the extra 2 power, but just by itself I think it's fine. The Heron's also a reasonable card, but not as much in this deck. It's better in white-black. So we have a nice training card that's also a human that works really well in this archetype. Otherwise, there's some reasonable red cards and black cards, but I think no reason to pivot into it just yet. So I think we'll take the trainee here. Shield Basher is pretty solid. It's a human, great in this deck, great with most of the disturb white cards. So I think that's what we're going to be picking up here. The Scorpion would be another fine pick, but it doesn't synergize as well with anything we're doing. So I think the Shield Basher is what we want here. So now we just get nothing. I mean, I guess the Bramble Armor's playable, but I don't know. There's a lot of red cards in this pack. And this card's really good. The problem is, right, this is good if we end up in green, but green hasn't actually seen that open compared to white. So we could end up in red-white. We'll just take the green card for now. Red does seem like it might be open, but none of those cards were amazing. We do get a nice training synergy card. This also another human. I don't know if we'll play the Bramble Armor though, but it is decent in the training deck, I think. But I think we'll take the Recruit here. I really don't like the Nebelgast Beguiler. Having high toughness just doesn't do anything on a tapper because it doesn't block. So we'll take the Recruit. Another trainee is really powerful, and we do need more 2-drops. This is one of the better ones in this archetype, I think. So I think that's an easy pick. So another one? I mean, I guess you can't really have too many. We'll just need some some high power 3-drops, really. And in this case, the Bramble Armor might actually be really good. We could even take the Escort, since so many of our creatures are going to have counters on them. We'll try it out. I don't know if it'll end up making the cut, but we'll see. Yeah, another human that synergizes with humans and is a 2-drop. That's pretty solid. We're definitely not playing this, but we'll throw an Escort in the sideboard for now. Not playing that, but we'll just pick it up. So the rare is not really playable for us. The only white card's kind of bad. So I think it's basically between Evolving Wilds and the Sawblade Slinger, which is a high power human, which is pretty solid. A lot of good red cards in this pack. I would almost want to splash this, but currently only fixing is the Foreboding statue. So maybe we pick Evolving Wilds just in case another color ends up being really open. We do want to splash something. And like the Slinger's really good in this deck, but I think we'll probably find enough playables. We only ended up with one card in the last pack that we're not really wanting to play at all. So I think we'll pick up the Evolving Wilds here. Ooh, getting past a Wedding Announcement's really good. This card's very powerful. Making humans is good. The tokens obviously don't do anything with that, but they're they at least have some other synergy, and the card is just very powerful by itself. So let's see. Yeah, I think we'll take the announcement. This is a card you could splash for, but I don't think it's really great in our deck. So I think the question is between the Recruit and the Sharpshooter. I guess actually, sorry, I didn't even see this before. I think this card is actually the pick here. Again, it's sets us up to be able to fix a bunch more. Is a human, can very reasonably be a 4/4 late in the game. So yeah, I was missing. I didn't see this before. This is definitely the pick here. But otherwise, the Trainee, the Recruit, and the Kindly Ancestor are all great. Okay, yeah, Signpost uncommon in our colors. That's a really good sign. Sometimes this card isn't very good, but we have at least half our creatures can get counters fairly easily, it looks like. So I think this is going to end up being really good. The Weaver of Blossoms and the Spore Crawler also would be great picks, as well as the Piercing Light. Yeah, there's a lot in this pack. We might even wheel something. But yeah, for now we'll just pick the Signpost uncommon. So this requires double black for the cleave, so I don't think there's much point in that. And just 1 mana to get a basic land in your hand is potentially playable if you're splashing, but we don't actually have anything to splash for yet. So I think it's either the Ripsaw or the Millipede. So this doesn't attach on ETB, so I think a Bramble Armor is actually better than the Ripsaw. This giving Trample is fine, but I think we're going to take the Millipede. We have a very large number of creatures. It gets counters, so it has synergies with a lot of our stuff. I think normally I'd pick this here, but I think we already have plenty of 2-drops, so that I might just grab another Recruit. Just to have more training cards. Depends, how much life gain do we have at the moment? I think it's just this one. Yeah, so I think we'll pick the Recruit up. So another good training card. Giving another creature flying is really powerful. I think normally I like the Trainee better than this, but we already have 3 Trainees, so I think we'll pick up the Cavalry. Just because it allows us to attack so much easier. So this card is great in the deck. Just being able to occasionally give it first strike's really good. I think it's enough better than a Scorpion. Like, the Scorpion having 1 power is just so bad, whereas this is a cheap 3-power creature that trains all of our stuff. We are a bit heavy on 2-drops now, so I think what we need here is Just a few more 3-drop creatures. We could theoretically play this because the pump spell mode is not actually that bad in our deck. We'll take this pump spell, but I like basically all of the other ones better. Yeah, we're getting to the point where we're wheeling cards in our colors, but I don't know if we're playing all of them. Realistically, our deck is just missing 3-drops, which I think this is a good pickup. The Ripsaw, I would consider picking it up if we had more 3-drop creatures, but we currently don't. So we're gonna grab that. I think this is the worst of the 2-drop options. But we are wheeling stuff in our colors late that are potentially playable, which is a good sign. So we currently don't have any pump spells, so that leads me to want Adamant Will, I think. We could also take Kindly Ancestor for the 3-drop creature slot, but it is just a 2-power creature, which isn't as ideal. We'll get the music going again here. That stopped. It does synergize with the Millipede though. I think it's a toss-up between these two. I think I'll take the Adamant Will just because I think it's one of the best of the pump spells available. Here, I guess we could splash on a Braid because we have 3 ways to get a splash color. I think that probably makes sense. We don't really want to play this. I mean, it's fine in this deck just being able to give our creature another power for training, but I just don't think it's quite enough. Vampire Slayer is fine in the sideboard, but I think splashing in a Braid's gonna be really good. We're a bit low on removal spells at the moment. Yeah, it's a good thing we did that because splashing red now looks amazing. This card is just busted, especially in this deck. We want all of our creatures to have training or our counters, and then the pumping the creatures helps with training. So this is a very solid pick. We'll want to pick up maybe a Weaver of Blossoms later if we can find one to get one more source of fixing, hopefully. But I think we've got enough right now. So there's the Weaver of Blossoms, and we are in need of 3-drop creatures. I think that's enough better than this. That I think that's exactly what the deck wants right now. Yeah, that's what we'll take here. Do we want another 3-drop creature? Possibly. What are we at right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, but we don't really want to play this on turn 3. We want to play it later. This isn't a human, but it does have 3 power. So I think picking up this, and then after that, we basically just want removal spells. I think we could maybe grab a 5 or a 6-drop because of our because of the ramp we have, but this seems like it's just pretty solid already. The Voldaren Estate I don't think does anything for our deck. This is not a vampire, so it doesn't fix us at all. We have plenty of recruits. I could take Lacerate Flesh as a removal spell on the splash. Otherwise, the Sharpshooter I think is fine. We don't have that much reach yet. We'll take the Sharpshooter, I think, just because I think we needed more reach. And then we could take Piercing Light as a removal spell, maybe. I like the Rallier a lot less than the Funguses, even though it's a human. Just because this already has 3 power and draws a card. So I think we'll pick up Piercing Light. And at the moment we'll need to cut 1 creature. The Traveling Minister is potentially playable in our deck, just because of the training. We'll throw it in the sideboard because we're not playing anything else at the moment. So we did wheel a Kindly Ancestor and the Spiked Ripsaw. I think we're more likely to want to play this. We'll throw that on the board for now. Yeah, so we're not really playing any of these. We'll take this because it's an uncommon. I don't think we have enough spirits for this, but we already have an Unholy Officiant. So we'll pick that just to see if we need it. We could potentially play this because it can go up to 3 power, but I think we have a reasonable amount of options for that already with our Fleeting Spirits and Spore Crawlers. So if we want to play 17 lands, we're 1 high on playables here. I think the red splash makes a lot of sense because we're able to do it really easily. I like the Millipede. I think we need a bit of top end. Do we cut one of the recruits? Maybe? I don't think I want to cut any of the 2-drops. They're all really good. What's our creature count at right now? It is very high. So I think we definitely need to cut a creature. I think it's probably a recruit. Just we already have a lot of 3-power creatures. And a lot of the time the 1/1 just can't attack that late in the game. So I think we'll do this. We'll go with just 1 mountain because we have 3 creatures in our deck that can fix for the colors already. So we'll grab that, and then we're fairly even on white and green. Which one do I want 1 more of? There's no double colors. I do have slightly more white in the early game. And I'd want to hold this up. Yeah, we'll go 1 extra on the white, because we have a couple white activated abilities. 7 and then 8 planes. I think that's a good balance. Yeah. Yeah, right, let's try this out. We'll update the update our record back to 0-0. And then update stream description, green white, splash red. That's a fine name for the deck. So we're mana short of our fixing, but we really only need to hit 1 land and then we're just good to go. We have a good 2-drop to play, so I think we're actually going to keep this. I probably keep more than I should, but I just don't like mulliganing, especially in limited. So we hit the land. Despite this being a better creature, I kind of want to play this first, just so that we can flip it quicker. It's not a human for this, but I think we're going to want to play everything out of our hand before playing this anyway. We'll start by attacking, though. So they have nothing. Yeah, we're going to throw this down. I can't imagine they would let it transform into night anyway, so I don't think there's much benefit in that. Yeah, so they're playing a creature here. So now we can play this and this. I think that's probably worth it. We could attack with this, but we're not going to yet. So 2 more turns and this flips. So they are attacking with this. They'll still get a blood if we block, but yeah, maybe we want to block now just so that we can double strike something else later. I don't think we want to trade with this. We want to keep as many humans alive as possible for now. If we draw land, we can play this and this, which is going to be good. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. That's pretty reasonable. So drawing into the human is good. We can't attack into this, though. No, at least not yet. So we'll probably play this so that we can fly our things, I think. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll have to remember to tap this for mana on end step. We'll set a stop on their end step in case Arena doesn't know how that works. Are they attacking? That seems a little suspicious, since that's the only creature that's preventing us from attacking right now. So next turn we can flip this and attack with it, right? Oh no, it's at the beginning of your end step it triggers. Okay, never mind. It doesn't trigger when you put the last counter on, but that's fine. Okay, that doesn't block us profitably though. Add a mana and then just go to my turn. Wolf Strike's really good. This guy would be really big already. Is that worth just playing it? The beginning of your end step. Let's just yeah, let's just do this. That allows us to hold up Wolf Strike if we don't attack with this. There's no sense giving this flying, I think. So it enters the battlefield with the counters. They're low on lands. So if they want to like, was it Grizzly, the 6-mana removal spell, they have to pay 8 for it. So I think this is the play. We'll attack with just these two. We'll train this, but we don't need to give it flying. And then we can Wolf Strike if they try and do anything interesting. We'll have a 5/5 as a blocker next turn. Good, good. Yeah, so they're gonna need something really good the following turn otherwise. Destroy target artifact instead of 3 damage. That makes a lot more sense. That's fine. I don't think we want a Wolf Strike yet. We'll wait and let them do something. I think that'll be better value for us. Another one of those. That's really powerful. We'll probably just have to kill one of those on inset because of the death touch. But we can still fly this though, so it's not too big of a deal. I can't imagine they're going to attack. But okay. Everybody likes proving me wrong. So now we can go... Did my internet disconnect? The stream's still up, right? There it goes. Okay. I'll strike from... Oh my god. Arena, what are you doing? Oh jeez. What is happening here? Waiting for server. Wait, we're gonna reset the client. I don't know what the heck it's doing. Okay, internet's still working. The stream's still up. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Just have to restart it. It's crapping out again. Echo's settling on the windowsill now, so let's update that while we wait for Arena to open. So if we go like this, there we go. There he is. Stream is up and running just fine. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's just Arena that's crapping out. So it reconnected us. It looks like. That's good. Okay. Wolf Strike from here to here. There it goes. Our opponent's probably super annoyed because that's an obvious play. Do we just attack with everybody? I think so. No reason to fly this anymore. We can just play the recruit next turn instead. Yeah, that seems better. I guess I have to target something and then choose not to pay. They both train. They can block this, but they're probably going to want to chump block this. Yeah, I guess I was mistaken again. They got me. So we'll play the recruit. Every time I update the camera, Echo just moves back around. There he is. He likes sitting anywhere except for his bed, apparently. Alright, yeah, we got them. That is so weird that they didn't block the 7/7 though, right? Because we can just fly it next turn, so they have. The only reason that makes sense is if they know they're drawing the removal spell next turn, but it still has ward 2, so I don't know. Most of the removal spells aren't gonna kill it, but we can update the record to 1-0. Deck seems to be doing really well. Oh, I should update the stream reward up to 7 followers and 7 dog treats. 1-0 with the deck. It felt really good in that game. I think we've got a really good curve, and the training all works really well. We have enough high power creatures to trigger it, I think. Getting them up to 3 is usually enough, and then we have a couple ways to pump them. So we don't have the green, but we have a 2-drop into a ramp creature that also fixes us. We're on the draw, and we just need 1 land in 3 turns. I think this is fine. Okay, that makes it slightly better. Because if we miss the land, we can still kill their 2-drop. Does that mean we don't play this? I think that's correct, because we actually want the scry to try and hit the land. So no blocks, kill it. So they have priority. We'll top that even though it's not a green, just so we can play our... because this will give us a green as long as they don't kill it. So they're stuck on lands, that's really good for us, but I think they have an Abrade. Yeah. Because they had priority there, so it was either Abrade or Sure Strike. They would have used the +2/+2. Okay, so we got the green anyway. They're still stuck on lands, so we're just gonna play the 4/4. I don't want to have to spend mana for Indestructible on this yet, and the chance they play something that can profitably block this is really low. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we can't put any counters on our creatures this turn, so we're gonna just attack. We'll throw down these 2. Because we can put a counter on this. We're fine if it trades here, because then we can still move the counter somewhere else. And I think this is better than this. In case they kill this, we can still train. Although it is awkward that we can't double spell here. But I guess we technically weren't going to do that anyway. So now they can double block this, which I think means I don't really want to attack anymore. We can attack still with these 2. I think that makes sense. If they trade with our creatures, we're fine. We can put a counter here. And then we draw land, we might be able to double spell, which would be really good. Yeah. So they didn't do that. So I think I actually want to put the counter here now. They get to draw a card. And then we'll just play this. And then we have a bunch of 4-power creatures that they're unlikely to be able to block. Or at least very easily. This one can get indestructible. And they're just doing nothing. So they're still missing their land drops. This can trade with some of our creatures. Oh, this is going to be a Wolf Strike. No, there's no point in activating that. That just prevents us from casting anything in our hand. So they can trade with this if they want to. We're fine with that. Next, attack with both. We'll give this indestructible. So they did trade with that. Are we playing the training creature? How many creatures do we have in our graveyard? No, we're gonna... Ooh, actually, yes. Okay, so now we can play the 4/4. And we might as well play this. We lose training synergies, but it just puts more power on board. And then if they... Okay, yeah, never mind. They just conceded, yeah. Not much they could do there. They missed their 3rd land drop for a turn or 2 and then missed their 4th land drop for the rest of the game. But our curve was still really good. So I think even if they hit their lands, I think we were still probably in good shape that game. But on to game number 3. Okay, I like this a lot. 2 early removal spells. A good 3-drop creature. All of our mana. Yeah, I think this hand's great. We'll just need to draw some good creatures from here, but even this by itself, we're probably going to turn it nighttime with all these instants. So I think I like this a lot. We draw a 2-drop creature, which is really good. So they don't have anything that I want to abrade yet, so I'm just going to play this for now. Turn on our Weaver of Blossoms, and then probably make it night and hold up some removal spells. And this is good too, though. But I think we still do this first. Because we could realistically attack with both of these creatures and then play the Wedding Announcement, depending on what they play. So this can't block. Are they attacking? No. Okay. So we could play no creatures to flip this, but I don't think that's worth it. And we'll still be able to hold up a Braid, so I think we just play the Wedding Announcement and get it ticking, and then then hold up a Braid. Probably. Yeah. Well. No, I lied. I'm gonna play this. Because we can just abrade their creature next turn and attack with everybody, I think. And if they play the 4/4 Menace Vampire, I think we just pass and attempt to Wolf Strike it. So this 1/1's not doing anything. We're just gonna block like this. Save a bit of damage because we have so much power on board, and I think we can win the race. Okay, that's pretty good. So what we can do here, we could attack to draw a card, or you can make a 1/1. I think the 1/1's slightly better. We can kill both their creatures as is, and then it'll be night on our turn, hopefully, which means we can Wolf Strike to trigger one of these. So I think we will... Maybe drawing is better than making the 1/1. Yeah, we're just gonna attack. I think the drawing a card's enough better because we're killing their creatures anyway. So the 1/1's not actually doing anything right now. So we'll let them attack. We'll start out with this. Give them a chance to do something if they want to. Using a blood token in response? Okay. There's not much in these colors that pump toughness, I don't think. There's only once per turn, but my creatures are tapped, so it doesn't matter. We'll bottom that. So we basically drew a card there. 2 for one of them. Got them. Now the question is, do we abrade or do we take the hit? This can't block. I think we take the hit. I think there's a reasonable chance they play the bear, and we're going to want to abrade that. I don't know, they just play a 1/1. Okay. Oh, they might double spell, though, which is kind of annoying, actually. No, they're not? Okay, so we are going to abrade this now. Actually. No, but we want a Wolf Strike on our turn, so maybe we don't. But there's a reasonable chance they just have a removal spell. Yeah, we'll deal 3 damage here. Yeah, they definitely have something. I think I want to draw a card again. It's not worth using the Wolf Strike to just get a counter on one of our creatures. So we're gonna attack for 2 to try and draw a card off of this again, instead of making the 1/1. I think it's better, but I think it's close. So we'll do this and this. I don't think we have anything that generates blood, so there's not much point holding lands in our hand, and we might draw an instant anyway. Okay. So having this in play is really powerful. They're killing a 3/3, so it's a good thing we didn't go with the Wolf Strike plan. Yeah, we still don't have anything to train these, but we'll get something eventually. We have a lot in our deck. Okay, so that's a good one to kill with a Wolf Strike if they leave it nighttime. And they only have 1 mana up, so presumably they can't kill these. So let's start with this. Pump the power on one of them, so the other one gets a counter. Come in for a lot of damage. Then play a blocker. It'll just be a 2/3 for a while, but it will eventually be a 5/5. We did have to turn it back to day for that, but I think that's fine. We don't have any night payoffs anymore, and they might have some. So that being a 3/3 is pretty good. But we can still attack with these again because now this has a counter. I mean, we can still attack with them because I can give this another counter. But I don't think that's worth it just because they have a 3/3. But I could do it next turn. So we'll do this, set a stop on their end step for this again. And then yeah, now we have some very large creatures. And if they don't draw anything, we're just gonna be able to train this and this, so they're both 3 power. So they can't profitably block. We could even attack with this as well, let them kill it, and then we just move 2 counters somewhere. I'm not sure if that's worth it. I guess we can put it here, so it's essentially free. That's a good one to hit. Yeah. Okay. So now it's a bit harder for us to train. But we'll have the this will be a 5/5 eventually. So I don't think we attack now. I think we just have to pass. We just need a creature to have 1 more power. That's all we need. Yeah, this Gift of Fangs actually did a lot of work here. Despite you usually don't want to lower the power in a training creature, but it prevented these creatures from getting in to be big enough to attack through all of their creatures. So that's really good. No attacks here. Let me adjust the music a bit. This one's kind of quiet. It's a little bit better, I think. Yeah, okay. So yeah, having to blood away a bunch of stuff. They can still activate this again to make another blood to try and loot. So that's really good. They get 1 blood for that. But it still wasn't going to be able to attack as a 5/5 for several turns, so we just need to draw almost any creature. I mean, it does trade with their creatures, and then we can double strike something else, so I guess it's fine. Not attacking because we'd only be able to train this, but this can at least attack. That doesn't do anything yet. Okay, so they're committed to playing the 3/3 next turn. So we're definitely attacking with this. The question is, so now we definitely don't attack with anything else because now we're going to have a high power creature to train all of our guys. So chump blocking, I think that makes the most sense. You don't want this in the graveyard. So next turn we can attack with everything and that will probably kill them. They're committed to playing this if they don't want to lose value. So they're going to need a removal spell here. And even still, I think we're in really good shape. Because this trades with any of their creatures. I think the Wedding Invitation activation I don't think makes sense. Because they're going to want to block a bunch. We have to train all 3 of these. This one's a free block, but we're coming in for so much damage that I don't think they're going to be able to do that. 4/10 if they block this and this. So even if they block these 2... I mean, could you not have done that on my turn to give it lifelink? Is that not better? That doesn't save you though. Like this should be lethal, right? And they don't have a removal spell, otherwise they would have to use it pre-combat because it doesn't work post-combat. Yeah, this isn't sorcery speed. You could have done it on my turn and survived. But But I guess they didn't feel like surviving. They just wanted to die that turn. That's good for us, I guess. We've had a lot of people so far today miss our onboard lethal and just leave themselves dead on board. I think most of those we were winning anyway, but it's just really weird to see. So up to 3-0 with this deck now. This seems really powerful. When the training deck comes together, it's just really aggressive and really hard to block. I'm wondering if we do actually want the Bramble Armor. That seems to be what we're missing in some of these games, is just a consistent way to attack with all of our creatures. But the 3-drop Spore creature I think is usually enough, because against this deck you usually want to kill the high-powered creatures, but that one draws a card when it dies, so you also don't want to kill it. So I think that's usually probably enough. I guess we just haven't been drawing them at the right times. But this is pretty solid. 2-drop into 3-drop. No humans or training, but but they're really good creatures. We have a Piercing Light and then a Millipede for later, so I think this is really good. And the Millipede will put cards in a graveyard for this activated ability too. So we've got some good synergies there. I don't remember if we were on the play or not. I think probably if we kept and then they mulligan to 6. I think that means we're on the play. Or are they still thinking about mulliganing? But they bottomed a card already. So I guess we were on the draw. Yeah, we were on the draw. Okay. So we've got a good curve here. They don't yet. Oh my god, this is going to give us priority forever. I should have passed it. So many extra clicks. Okay, we'll attack for 3. If they go to kill it, we'll just discard a land. No, so they're not going to. Yeah, this being almost impossible to kill while you have dead cards in your hand is really nice. So be coming in for 6 next turn. Yeah, there's no blocks again. Oh boy. Maybe they're going to bleed dry the Spore Crawler. Do I Piercing Light my own Spore Crawler in response if they do that? That is an option. Okay. Another win because our opponent just didn't do anything. I guess they probably just had some cheap removal spells or something, but they just couldn't target the Fleeting Spirit with it. But they also didn't kill the Spore Crawler with it, so I don't know what their hand was. Maybe their white was a splash and they just kept a hand with all swamps and all red or blue cards or something. I don't know. But they cast 0 spells and then we won the game because we played a 2-drop and a 3-drop. It's typically, I don't know about you guys, but if I have a hand that loses to my opponent playing any 2-drop followed by any 3-drop, I don't really want to keep it. This one I think would have been close, but as long as they don't kill this, we are basically just going to win, I think. And even if they do, if we draw one more land, now we can Weaver. Okay, so that's really bad for us. Yep. Okay, but we still have lots of time. We have a creature here. Any land just allows us to curve into bombs. Yes. Okay, so that's good. So then we can presumably play this next turn. No point in attacking. And then, yeah, if they don't kill this, we just run away with the game. Okay, so no removal spell on the Weaver, which is really good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just playing this. Put the counters. We can put the counters here and attack. They pass the turn immediately, so that implies that they have no. They pass priority immediately, so they have no instance. It seems like, which is good for us. This creature is very powerful though. We have to not let it become night now, despite the fact that we want this to flip. So this is not a human. We have to tap this if we want to double spell. So this is... So we can make this a 6/6. I think we're fine trading this here if we want. Don't think we need to double spell. But we don't have very many creatures in the graveyard yet, so maybe we... Yeah, we'll play some humans to make this just gigantic, I think. I think that's the play. Because we are definitely winning the race. We'll put 2 counters here. Swinging for 8. If they want to do some blocking, that's fine. Yeah, so chump block. That's good. If they attack us, we don't even need to block, I don't think. Okay, so that stabilizes them fairly well. We're going to want to start putting the counters here now, I think. Just so that... Because this can't attack as easily anymore because they could double block here and we can only kill one of the creatures. So I think we're going to play the Millipede, hopefully get a reasonable number of counters on it. Okay, 5/5 is fine. Yeah, we could put it here and then wait and attack the following turn. Yeah, maybe that's the play. We'll put it here, but we won't attack until next turn. And we could always put 2 counters here next turn to make it so they can only double block one of our creatures. Okay, so they made it night. Which means that it's not really profitable for us to attack anymore. Let's just keep putting more counters here. Or another wolf or werewolf you control dies. Because I could have started putting them here as well. But we're going to declare no attacks and play this. I guess we could have started putting counters here and attacking and then just let it die and put counters on here. I hadn't considered that. I'm going to start doing that next turn. And that gets this out of range of some stuff as well. Okay, so it's just a whatever creature. We can't upgrade it though. It's a weird one to cast. So they must have nothing in their hand then. Or they have an instant speed removal spell, yeah, because they don't want to double spell because they want to keep this on the back side. So we'll do nothing here. We are going to put 2 counters here and attack. So then that'll die. We'll do this. And then we can abrade this. That's fine, you draw a card. But now we're getting 4 counters on each of our creatures, and we got rid of one of their 6/6s. They do get to draw a card, but I guess it doesn't matter. Quick 5-0 here now. That's really good. Looks like we're going to be jumping up to Platinum Tier 1 and finishing this draft much quicker than usual. We haven't really made it past like turn 6 or 7 in almost any of our games. I guess that one was what, turn 8, but was still very quick. Yeah, I should have put the counters on one of the 1/2s earlier and attack with them, but I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking that it was going to be a while before they get attacked profitably, but just them dying counts as attacking profitably realistically, so. Yeah, so I think we'll finish off this draft however it goes and then probably be done for the day. We might be back onto stream a little bit later, but we'll see. We'll at least finish up this draft and then we'll have enough for some more on later days. I go first. This is tricky. So we really need a land for this. But if we get it, we can play Helena again. But otherwise we're not really doing anything. I think it's worth it though. If we don't, like, if we hit it, if we're a bit slow, just getting this down is gonna win the game as long as they don't have a removal spell. But it is a bit risky, and we can always still just play this if they kill the statue. So they're on only blue so far, so we're gonna start with the statue, give them one turn to kill it. If they hold up all their mana, I think I don't cast this, because I don't want to get it countered. Sigarda's Imprisonment doesn't do anything here. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're just good to go then. We do this, put the counters here. We actually don't want to attack yet because they can Spectral Binding here, which would just turn off the ability entirely. So we definitely don't want that. So we're just going to wait a bit. Okay, so up to land number 5, we have 2 humans, so this is pretty large, but is that going to be worth it? Maybe a 5/5. That does allow us to double spell though, so I think that is what we're doing. We're going to play this. Thank good, this isn't a human, that would have been awkward. We're going to put counters here, and then we'll still wait a bit before attacking, just to build up a bunch more, several more big creatures, because we can put counters on this, and then let this transform into a 5/5, and then we can attack with everything after that. And then we're just good. Yeah. I actually want this. Being able to give it indestructible is going to be really nice. We'll go next. Counters here. Put a stop on their end step. We could attack this time. We probably have enough on board that we don't really care if this, if they're binding this. We just have enough counters now. But I guess double blocking the 5/5 is kind of annoying. But I think this is fine. Because they could chump block this and then double block here. I think that's pretty good. But yeah, then they'll Spectral Binding on this. But then we still have several very large creatures. Double blocking this one and not this one. Very strange. So we'll kill the 3/3. And then we are going to want to do this on our... Yeah, we'll just do this now. No point waiting. This does get to flip, but it only blocks flyers, so that's not very relevant. Or I guess it'll flip next turn, sorry. So that flips. So I think we're still in just great shape here. They'll have to use 2 mana for this. And then probably won't be able to do much else unless they have Sigarda's Imprisonment, I think. That's about their only reasonable spell to play here. Okay, so they're having to look for stuff. This can't easily be removed because of the Ward 2. They still have a double block available though. We just have so many good attackers. They're just coming right in. I'll turn off the stop on their end step because we don't need it anymore. Because yeah, we wanted to do it on our own turn. Almost missed that. We would have been short of 5/5. Yeah, so that goes there. But we still just have a bunch of great attackers. I guess we'll get a green. It doesn't matter. We can play this now, but again, it doesn't matter. Here. Attack with everybody. Make it indestructible. So they have to chump like this or they lose, but they don't get to gain life, so now they go down to 3, I think. Maybe we shouldn't have played this because they could have a board wipe, for example. Yeah, that probably was incorrect to play this. Unless the board wipe I'm thinking of is in the other Innistrad set. I don't really remember. But I guess it doesn't matter, they're dead. I think it was still incorrect to play the other creature. We had just so much lethal there already that there's no sense in opening ourselves up to losing to some sort of whatever board wipes are in this set. I can never remember. But yeah, it's looking like we're only going to be playing one more game with this deck. Hopefully. It could be 3, but hopefully it's just 1. Echo's finally settled down here, just sleeping beside his bed instead of on the comfy bed he has here, but that's pets for you. Alright. Hopefully, I don't know how to pronounce this name, but hopefully they're not going to block us from the 7-0. His hand is fantastic, though. Doesn't have Helena, but we've got all our colors. Got some really good creatures. Got a good curve. Another human, that's really good for us. So we get to play this. I think we're going to go with the statue next turn to potentially be able to double spell quicker. Or just play the shield basher so that we can attack with this. Guess we're not attacking with that. But this still blocks this creature, which is good. Our Hamlet Vanguard is currently not doing anything, but that's not too big of a deal. Yeah, I don't want to double spell here and just play this as a 1/1. There's no point in that. So no attacks. We'll add a mana on their end step to start putting counters on this. Then we can have it as a 5/5, and then that should be really good for us. No creatures in their graveyard yet for the Blood Fountain. I assume they're going to attack with this. We're just going to let it... Ooh, that is bad for us. We're going to need to draw some humans, I think, or we are going to end up losing. Our double strike creature is still going to be fine, but yeah, we just can't play this as a 1/1. We're going to try and trade here. And then hopefully draw something that's... Oh my god. They just have everything. This is going to be hard to come back from. We're currently on nothing. Okay, so it's a human. That's good. It's almost a 4/4. And then hopefully they don't have a removal spell. Good. So we got this as a 3/3. Which is probably about the best we can ask for. We'll try and trade here, and then this will be a 4/4. And then as long as they don't have too much else, I think we're in good shape. Bringing the 3/2 back doesn't do anything yet. We'll have to trade here, but then they can bring it back. This is not good. So we'll take 3, they'll bring back that, and probably this. And if they draw land, they'll be able to replay their guest. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what draws get us out of this. They're blooding, probably just try and kill this. So we have to block here. Pretty sure. They'll bring it back, but they're still a few turns away from being able to attack with it again. Okay. So that's not bad. We have enough creatures that we can first strike this. And then we can always flicker it to prevent this from hitting us. So we've got a bit of time here. Oh, Echo is back on his bed. There he is. Hello. Yep, so they get back to 2 creatures. They're probably going to replay this. They can't attack here. Well, I mean, they could. They would just throw that in the graveyard to get rid of one of our first strikes. Interesting. I think that's fine. I think we'll do that. So they're all creatures, so it doesn't really matter if we draw a Millipede. I would prefer to exile non-creatures, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. So I don't know. I'm not sure if they missed that or if they were just trying to get rid of our ability to first strike. It's hard to say. But any spell we draw can potentially put something in there. Otherwise we could discard the land, but I don't think we want to do that. We're probably gonna... So now we're probably gonna block here and then flicker. That prevents the same amount of damage, and then our creature also survives. And then it gives us the 3rd card in our graveyard for the first strike. But they might just point a removal spell at it. We'll see. Not attacking with this. Okay, so we're gonna block here. Activate, discard one of these. Yeah, I guess not attacking with that makes sense, because if we have like a piercing light or something, we get to kill that and then also first strike here. But we can still survive one turn by blinking this in front of this. If we have a way to kill this, I think we still survive. So we do nothing. Maybe they'll still not attack with this for fear of the first strike. Oh, okay. I guess we lose. We could flicker it, but then they just lethal us. So they got us there. So it looks like we're not going for the 7-0, but I think this deck still has a solid chance of 7 wins. It's just going to be 7-1 instead of 7-0. But yeah, this deck helped us climb the ranks a bunch. I think I can't see what rank we're at from here, but I think we're fairly close to Diamond. We hit Plat 1 just recently. Let's see if I can check on here. Oh, I'm not even logged in. Never mind. I'm gonna check the tracker I use here. This hand is rough. If one of these was a forest, I'd keep. 2 into 3 would be good, but we need to draw forest and other creatures, so I think we're gonna mulligan. This hand's way better. This seems like an easy keep. Oddly enough, I think I bottomed this one. Despite it attacking really well. I could bottom a land, but I don't think that's right. Would be interesting though, because this gives us our. No, we'll just bottom this. We're not gonna be greedy. We'll probably be able to draw some. Guess we should have bottomed the land, but yeah, I didn't want to risk it, because if we play this on 2 and they kill it and we don't draw the land, we just sort of die. So I'm not sure what we want to play next turn. It could be Wedding Announcement just to start that going. And I think that might be useful against what they're doing here. They seem fairly aggressive. Yeah, because I don't think we want to start attacking just yet. So I think we'll start out by triggering the Wedding Invitation. I guess we could have attacked there, but that's fine. Maybe they won't attack here because we can double block. We will have 5 mana next turn, so we draw a 2-drop, we can double spell. That's fairly solid. And that trains that, yeah. We're still not blocking. We can block it with the Spore Crawler next turn, hopefully, but their flyers are going to be really strong. That's so we can't double spell yet, but if we played this, we could double spell both of these next turn, but is that even good? I don't know. We could attack with both of our creatures to draw a card, but again, I don't think that's fantastic. We do need to kill them relatively quickly, though. And I guess our fastest way of doing that is doing this and then double spelling. We could attack to draw a card, but I think we want the 1/1 that'll become a 2/2 after. We might trade here. It does lose us 2 counters on this, but I don't think, yeah, they're not attacking with this, because we have so many creatures that it's holding back. And I think with the Wedding Invitation about to flip, we might be able to sort of turn the race here, as long as they don't have another flyer. They kill us in 2 turns, but that's pretty reasonable. So that's going to be really good. So what does that mean for us? We have 1 creature in the graveyard. We can't really attack. I think we're playing this one. Or yeah, because these are humans. So this is going to be a 3/3 anyway. So we'll make another 2/2, and then we'll attempt to Piercing Light this, and then I think we're in good shape. And we can start attacking with everybody. Okay. So yeah, declare no blocks. It seemed like they had priority, which is really bad for us. If they have an Adamant Will, I think we're gonna lose, but since they didn't, I think we're fine. We'll top the human, since it pumps this. They're not gonna gain enough life to flip this yet. And then presumably we can just attack with everybody. We're gonna do this now in case they kill our taxidermist. But we're going all in on the attacks. I think they probably have Piercing Light or the other just hit an attacking creature one. Which they might cast here, I think. And then potentially go block on the tokens. But I think they're in really bad shape now. They're stuck on 4 lands and are no longer clocking us now that we killed their flyer. Yeah, Fierce Retribution, that makes sense. Not blocking with this though. Looks like they're gonna want to try and flip it somehow. And I guess if they block with 3 creatures, that would... Oh, they're attacking. That's aggressive. What do they have that makes that a good play? Can we attack with everything? 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Because this is 13 right here. So they have to... Let's say they chump block here. They have 3 power on board, which they could realistically kill us with. So I think that means we want to... So this is 13. We'll hold 1 creature back. This makes them block with at least 1 creature. And then we'll have a blocker for here in case they have a big pump spell or something. I think that's the play. And this trains. Because attacking with everything, they can still chump block here and survive. And then I don't want to lose to some sort of +3/+3 effect. Because that's what attacking with the spirit leads me to believe. Echo, settle down. You're okay, buddy. So they're thinking. I don't know if they're thinking on the blocking or if they have an instant that they're thinking about it. It's hard to tell. So they're down to 6 after this triggers. But then we have a blocker. Yes, that's not getting any counters. I think we're probably fine here. Yeah, okay. So now we just get to attack with everybody. This trains again, and we'll have this as another blocker. I think, can they still survive? They block the 6/6 and the 4/4. Okay, so they kill the 6/6 and then block these 2. So I don't think there's much point in doing that, because you could... Well, I guess it gets it out of the way. But you're just going to have to chump block both of these now. And I think that means I... Does that mean I don't want to play this? Just in case? That might be correct. Echo moving around again, so I'll shift the camera over here for you. There he is. Oh, they just blocked around and left themselves dead. This is like the 3rd time this has happened just in this draft. This is crazy. So we finished that one at 7-1. That's pretty good. What do we get?